And then talking about a more serious one, let's talk about reinforcements of the future. And this was actually, because I watched Power Rangers off and on throughout my years as a kid and as an adult. And I did kind of rage quit after Turbo, because, well, Zeo left a bad taste in my mouth with the whole thing of Billy, and then Turbo, and then I was like the age Justin was, and you know, it was like, oh, you still watch Power Rangers? You're lame. And you know, along with peer pressure and the fact they got like rid of half, you know, the cast I liked and enjoyed growing up, I was just like, fuck you. So I rage quit, and then I watched a little bit of Lightspeed, and then I ended up re-picking it up around Ninja Storm. And what was going on was they were airing Best of Power Rangers in the morning, and this was in Power Rangers. Best of Power Rangers and Ninja Storm came on before the syndication of Mystery Science Theater, before they took that off the air forever. Sci-Fi finally took it off, but they used to syndicate it. And so I'm like, okay, you know, I'll watch that, and then I'll watch MST3K. Sucks. I was in marching band. We had Saturday games, so sucks when I had a game. You know, throughout like it was over the summer. So I remember catching that episode, and I was like, wow, this is really interesting. I really like these characters. And then, you know, I watched Time Force after that. So, well, I got into Time Force after that. I was like, wow, this is really neat. I like these characters. So, you know, it brought Time Force back, and it really kind of, they did kind of take over the story a little bit, but I really enjoyed that they did a two-parter with it. That you actually got to see, you know, more interactions with everybody. It actually felt like, you know, or it felt more organic that they came together instead of just half-dash reason of like slapdash reason. There's the villain from the previous season. You gotta go fight it, which is how a lot of the team-ups are. With the exception of To the 10th Power, I think was also really well done on that. But you know, it was you know, it came organically. You know, they had a fight in Silver Hills, and then you know, you got to see that Wes and Eric still maintain their Ranger power, and then they just kind of, you know, they came together and they were like, okay, there's an issue here. And you actually got to see people interact with each other, and I wish they went more into that, and bonds formed and everything, and I wish they went more into that, but they actually, you know, made it more of a team-up episode than just, hey, we're here, yay, we're alive, quick team-up, bye everyone, it was great knowing you, which is normally how it is in a one-episode team-up, and it's normally kind of lame in a one-episode team-up. What they have been doing, and you know, and ending on a really good note. You know, at Picnic, it may have been cheesy for some, but it was just really good note of just these two teams and these two seasons just coming together. So it was great. And then they had, speaking of romances, they had a kind of a flash in the pan one with Taylor and Eric that I actually really liked. Kind of very fine and funny that she was the Eagle Warrior too, and you know, his you know, pets and everything, they were birds. So I found that very funny. It's like, oh yes, you went with the person with the bird power. And I didn't notice this until I was thinking about, you know, what to write for this video, or rather what to rehearse for this video. But they kind of had a nutty scene with the whole like handling of his gun. I didn't realize that was a metaphor until now. I know, right? And, you know, I watched this as an adult. But, you know, it's like, yeah, be careful with that thing. I know how to handle one. Yeah. They had probably the closest you got for a Power Ranger sex scene. Was that metaphor there. And along with it, it also went back to Jen and Eric. Not Jen and Eric. Jen and Wes. Jen and Wes, and you know, I'm invested in Jen and Wes, so you know, I was like, oh yay, yes, you know, we're watching that afternoon, you know, watching Time Force and everything. It was just like, oh yay, they still love each other, even though they probably are one of those people that, you know, kind of can never be because of, you know, she's a time cop and everything, and that would cause paradoxes. Even worse, you are, you know, you were your original fiance's, great ancestor. That's even worse to think about. But no, that is my thoughts on Wild Force, on stuff I loved. As you can tell, these are going to be a little bit longer because I'm just going to gush and gush and gush and gush and gush. And I like gushing. And I'm a very energetic person, as you can tell by the fact that I knocked my action figures and stuff off throughout this entire video. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you enjoy my next one. And next one, I think I'm gonna do Turbo. I think that one's really fun to talk about. I think I'm gonna do Turbo next. Until next time, I am Tenma, and I will see you later.